In the previous episode of this series, we concluded that Group 601 is the organization that is executing the GESAMTPLAN, or Master Plan of the Shadow Government of Nazi Germany. While having the same genius and knowledge as Group 935, Group 601 has much stronger ties to the Nazis, sharing their purpose in achieving world domination using the most controversial and horrific applications of science. But what are the actual steps of this GESAMTPLAN? In the lost Kino projector images we talked about last time, we see a picture of what comprises the first step, recapturing Europe. Dereza, the location where the master plan took shape, tells us how this first step was planned to go. Near all three teleporters in the map, there are wooden boards with the letters GER, FRA, and E and G on them, obviously shortened from Germany, France, and England. Additionally, near each teleporter is a corkboard with unique images and writing related to these countries. Let's dive into all three of them. The first one we'll look at is the corkboard near the England teleporter. On the bottom left is some sort of map with a marked location, and above it is a picture from Shinonuma. You also see a calendar in September with several dates circled, with question marks and a picture of Rote. Presumably, these dates were potential days to enact the master plan, which never came to fruition due to Richthofen's intervention. These images appear on all three corkboards in its exact position, and I'm confident that the map is showing the location of Shinonuma. Unfortunately, the map is too low quality to make any concrete statements on its location. We also see a map of what is clearly England, with a location circled somewhat near London, at its nearest coast. Because this map is put right next to a depiction of a lighthouse, it can be assumed that what became Call of the Dead was originally going to be set on an English shore. Still, this does not rule out Group 935 having a base at another lighthouse also in England, the England teleporter at Dereza linking to it. You see two pieces of text, Folgen Sie dem Gesamtplan, or Follow the Master Plan, and Die Glocke ist jetzt mobile, or The Bell is now mobile. I find it interesting that this appears on the England board, since it is one country not on the mainland. There has been some mystery if Die Glocke is the teleporter, the coil we see holding the Pack-a-Punch in Dereza, a flying vessel, or just some form of technology used by all of Group 935. But this supports the idea that it is some kind of vessel, or perhaps a massive weapon. The fact that Die Glocke is stated to be mobile leads to the possibility that the device was taken by Group 601 and the Shadow Government prior to the Soviets arriving at Dereza. It may now be in Antarctica, South America, or wherever they are secretly operating. Enter the second corkboard, near the Germany teleporter. At the top is a map of an unknown place, with a circle indicating mögliche Position von UUP, possible location of UUP, or 115. There's also a map of Poland, with a location of Dereza circled. There's text that is partially cut off, but we can gather Sie für Erstellung, or U4 presentation, Oberkommando vor, or High Command before, and Die Bitte sofort, which is something like, please do something immediately. I believe that this is coming from the German High Command, and that it relates to the image of a theater in the top right. This is stating that the purpose of Kino, being in a theater, is to present research to High Command within Germany. Kino was also the facility where Maxis and Group 601 applied research on mind control over the undead, and can be seen as the frontier of developing an obeying zombie army, a plan key for the Shadow Chancellor to win a new war.
Those seats, the screen, they wanted to implant the mind with instructions. Dr. Maxis almost had his undead army, if only he could have broken the trust barrier. I wonder if we can find any of the training videos anywhere.
Furthermore, there's a newspaper clipping about bees leaving the village of Ludwigsdorf, a German village near Breslau, that is supposed to be the location of Dereza. These are insects whose complex navigation system is heavily dependent on magnetic fields, and it is by some believed that high-voltage lines may negatively affect bee populations due to the magnetic flux messing with their navigation system. If the bees are disappearing from the region around Dereza, it follows that Group 935 are altering local magnetic fields, and one fictional application of this comes to mind through their work on HARP. A scrap paper in Shinonuma confirms that Group 935 was working on HARP, a popular topic in conspiracy theories that proposes a weather research station is actually a mind control machine of some kind, manipulating magnetic fields through which it is capable of brainwashing people. If Group 935 was experimenting with this at Dereza, it may have caused the local bees to begin disappearing. Finally, we have the corkboard at the France teleporter, again with the presumed location of Shinonuma. Picture of Shinonuma, picture of Verrucht, and the calendar. There's an unreadable note in the top left. The image on top of the map of France is mostly unrecognizable, but it is generally believed to be a view from beneath the Eiffel Tower. In the bottom right are two more new images, one very clearly of a zombie in front of the Eiffel Tower, and the other a little less explicit. There's a picture of text that seems to read, "Sobald uns gerichtet ist das Aufsatz das Rohr," meaning something along the lines of, as soon as the resonator is attached to the conduit. This may very well be referring to the Eiffel Tower, being used as a conduit for mind control, similar to what HARP is believed to be. Remember the mention of HARP in Shinonuma, confirming that one was being developed by either Group 935 or Group 601. In one of the Dereza radios, Maxis mentions the following.
We simply do not have enough Element 115 to continue the experiments. The test subjects have survived teleportation, but are currently unresponsive to commands and cannot be controlled. If we are to overcome this obstacle, we need to increase the frequency and size of the experiment. To this end, I suggest we find not only a regular supply of 115, but that we also find a larger conduit to channel the energy.
To make the subjects responsive to commands, Maxis suggests a larger conduit to channel energy. Considering the Eiffel Tower is one of Europe's largest antenna-like structures, this construction would function perfectly for a conduit resonating energy waves with radio ether, controlling an undead army on a continental scale. It's also worth noting that we hear a mention of a conduit again in Moon, this time by Dr. Groff. This may tie into Treyarch's original vision for the Paris map, which eventually became Moon. The Paris map could have been Black Ops Zombies' grand finale, where Richthofen would hijack the Eiffel Tower conduit, similar to how he hijacked the MPD from Samantha, and subsequently would establish world domination. All this to say, the target locations of Group 601 are a coastline near London, a facility in Paris, and the Kino facility in Berlin. The last two sites definitely being tied to mind control over an undead army, with Dereza being the first experimental prototype, and Paris being the real application of this technology. In one swift motion, Germany planned to unleash hordes of undead within 3 major capitals in Europe, and cripple the Allies' hold, allowing for the next phase of the plan to take place. As an aside, our actions in creating the fractures in Black Ops 3 may have inadvertently caused Germany to be able to go forth with the master plan. In Der Eisendrache, there is an Easter egg with a newspaper that transforms from one about a parade to one about a zombie outbreak in London, and an emergency meeting in Parliament. By killing Ultimus Richthofen and erasing him from the past and future of the Deceptio fracture, Group 601's plans are not stopped, since Operation Stapler never happens, and zombies are sent to London. But recapturing Europe was merely a step in the GESAMTPLAN, and not the endgame. What were Group 601 and the Shadow Government planning for the rest of the world? More on that in the next episode.